Hi guys, so I'm doing something a little bit different today. Like, the YouTube channel name is Misha's Manic Musings, so it's been a little bit all of the same at the moment, so I thought I would do something more about one of my other loves in life. Apart from makeup, apart from books, which will soon be on the channel I'm sure, my other love is films, as you can gather from what we're looking at here. Oh, Laurel and Hardy down the bottom there. There's quite a few, and they don't all fit in the shot. So on the top left there, that's all my Disney animations. So we've got Blu-rays, steelbooks, and one DVD. Then the next couple of rows down here is Blu-rays. So that's, I don't have a big collection, I've only been collecting them for maybe a couple of years now, something like that. So I don't have a big collection. And then along the very bottom row that you can just see is TV shows. That's also TV shows in there as well that I need to watch. And then there's my DVDs, which I'm gradually cutting down on. The ones that I can find on Blu-ray, unless the extras are different, I just get rid of the DVDs. But apart from that, that's them all. So that's just a quick overview. Let's get into the actual video. I'm not going to go into too much detail about these. I mean, some of them I have and haven't watched. Just want to quickly go over them. My first one is 10 Things I Hate About You. And I think everyone fell in love with Heath Ledger during this film. And I also discovered Julia Stiles. I quite like her as an actress. This is also the 10th anniversary edition. Again, you don't really have too much in the way of extras, just because it's only a 10th anniversary. That's the back of it. I don't think, yeah, inside the Blu-rays aren't as interesting as the inside of some steelbooks. So I think I'll just be showing you the front and the back. I actually pre-ordered this as soon as it came out because it's one of my favourite Stephen King books. I'm not the biggest Stephen King fan. I've only read a handful of his books, and this was the main one, and I've since read it again after watching this because to try and see the difference. I wasn't sure how James Franco was going to be, but overall the series did stick pretty closely to the book. I was quite impressed with that, but I did prefer the book. That was my only problem, and it's just the same on the other side. If you haven't seen it though, I would definitely recommend seeing it. It's quite a short series. One of these shows under the dome that goes on and on and on and on. Anything like that. I mean, Under the Dome was good to start with. I loved the book, but after the second series it should have just ended. I also have this. Now, I have not seen this in years, and I do remember it. I found some of the performances quite freaky at the time. Particularly Brad Pitt's performance. And I never really thought it would be a film that I would watch again. But the only reason I purchased it again was because there's a TV show out as well. So I think that would be quite interesting to see. Obviously I haven't started it yet. I am, at the time of recording this, working my way very slowly through American Horror Story Hotel. And it's not exactly a show that you can binge watch. American Horror Story, that is. So I hope that'll be quite good. I'm looking forward to it, but I do think with 12 Monkeys I need a serious drink in my hand before I start it. This is one of my favourite films. I don't think it quite get the recognition it deserves, and it always makes me cry. I love how these are coming up, some of them, and saying PlayStation 3 compatible. It's like, I don't have a PlayStation. I do like the combination of Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore together. Don't like most of his films. I like Click, which you'll see later, and a couple of others. But for me, they do make a good team together. They do work well together. And it is a great film. Like, I wish this had been based on a book. I think this would have been amazing based on a book. Or a novelisation, if at all possible. Another James Franco, 127 Hours. I think I read the book before I saw the film. And then I gave the book to my dad and told him to read it before we saw the film. I think the film for me brought out what I couldn't picture in my head in the book. It was quite difficult that way. I found it not a hard book to get into, but a hard book to understand, just because I couldn't visualise a lot of it. The scene, you know what I'm talking about, not spoiling it for anyone who hasn't seen it already. That scene was just so well done in the film. It's a standout moment for me of the film. Stronger Injury. It is a fantastic film. Now, this is a strange film for me. I suddenly had this impulse to see it. I think I maybe saw a trailer or something like that. But the weird thing is I'm probably one of the few people in the world who has not seen the original Annie in all its ginger gloriousness. I don't know why I've never seen it actually. One of these days I'm sure I'll manage to pick it up. And I'm sure I could get it for relatively cheap. But I saw it on Lovefilm and I just adored her, the lead actress playing Annie. And I really did like Cameron Diaz and Jamie Foxx as well. I thought it was a really well made film. It did dip a little at the kind of in the middle a little bit. I thought could have done maybe with a little bit more stronger editing. And I then bought this used, I think from eBay, which is why it's got the big rental copy there. This is one of the few films that I can say that I read the book, or I tried to read the book before I watched the film. Couldn't get into the book, watched the film, loved the film, and again it helped me get into the book better, and I think I enjoyed the book more for watching the film. And it's not often you can say that, really. I think if I never saw the film, I think I would have probably given up on the book, and that would have been a shame. But in saying that, I haven't really enjoyed any more Ian McEwan books since this book. This is a terribly used copy, as you can see. I think I purchased it like this at the time. It's all rough. Now, I quite like Jennifer Lopez. I think this film works for me apart from the terribly cliched cover. I find it really good and quite funny actually as well with her. She gives a really good comedy performance, or comedic performance I think, which I really enjoy. I have watched this film so many times, it's unreal, and I have not yet seen the sequel. I have pre-ordered it. Obviously I can't see it until Christmas. It's one of the films I will regularly watch at Christmas, just because Billy Bob gives an amazing performance, and I can't wait to see Thurman Merman as an adult, shall we say. not your typical Christmas movie. I don't know why I thought it gets me in the mood for Christmas. I think it would be this one I would watch at Christmas, and also a TV movie which is very hard to get a hold of, which is A Mum for Christmas, or A Mom for Christmas. That's another one of my favourites. But I try and watch this as close to Christmas as I can get normally. I haven't actually seen this since I got it from Lovefilm, and I did enjoy it at the time, and I didn't like the book so much, but I did think the performance that both of them gave was brilliant. And this was used as a rental copy, but it's still sealed. And I'd never seen it before. Someone told me that I should really go and see it, so I did, and I really enjoyed it. I got it from Lovefilm, and it was just one of those films that you get so many laugh out loud moments with. It really needs like something decent on it. I mean, special feature theatrical trailer, try a little bit better, but it's such a good film. But I am finding it quite hard to watch anything with Robin Williams, anyone like that who has died recently. Another Drew Barrymore and Adam Sandler comedy creation. I've only seen this once and I remember liking it. I don't remember now much about it, that's the only thing. I remember liking Bella Thorne in this. I think this was possibly one of her earliest performances, I'm not sure. And the change in her, like the makeover, was unreal. But I haven't really seen her in anything else since, not that I can remember anyway. This is a film that really needs a re-release, like not a re-release. I know it's on stage and I know Alexandra Burke has been Whitney's character, but it really needs like a super duper special edition. Can't see the special features. I just think with everything that's happened, like with Whitney's death, I think this is crying out for a steelbook or something like that. Just something so it's... I mean, it is one of the best films. I do think kind of flops again a little towards the middle. This is a film that really made me fall in love with Melissa McCarthy, and I think I mentioned this somewhere in my steelbook collection. This is a great film. It's so funny, like I can watch this over and over, and we've actually got 3 discs in here, so and it's bright pink as well. And I think I got this for quite cheap on Amazon, if I remember correctly. I mean, you've got loads of extras as well. And you definitely need to watch like throughout the credits as well. Another film that I can watch over and over, but I haven't actually watched this since I got it. I think it's one of those films that you can watch it but you need a break in between watching it. Jim Carrey is hilarious, or Carey, however you pronounce his name, is hilarious in this film. I think it's one of his potentially best films. I did like the number 23, which was quite weird for him, and I liked The Mask, but that's obviously quite dated now. I was never the biggest fan, for some reason, of Dumb and Dumber, and I still haven't seen Dumb and Dumber, or Dumb and whatever the sequel is that was out in the past few years. Moderate sex references, yeah. I mean, who doesn't love Sylvester Stallone and Christian Slater in the same film? I mean, hi. Sly's best action movie since Rambo. I'm not sure I would agree with that, actually. I think that's a bit out there. Oh, it's got Jason Momoa in it as well. I like how with Christian Slater they're like true romance. It's like, he's had more films since then. I adore this film. I've seen it so many times and I love how it's just Cher and Christina. It's not, well, Cher is Cher. I can't even remember her surname now. But it's not Christina Aguilera, it's just Cher and Christina. And this film is so good, and Stanley Tucci just steals every single like scene that he's in. And you've got Alan Cumming as well. It's just brilliant. It really is. And I bought the soundtrack as well, which was absolutely amazing. And I probably have been caught a couple of times boogieing to that on the bus. It's well worth a watch. It's one of those films that you'll either love it or you'll hate it. I love it.